Okay, good morning from Boracay Island. So the 2-week millionaire, what's a 2-week millionaire in Boracay, or in the Philippines really, not in Boracay. But okay, so a 2-week millionaire is going to be a guy that probably makes from 25 to maybe low 40s in income. So you'd be considered lower middle class in the United States at best, depending on the city that you live in and if you have anything else going on besides that stream of income. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna, get online and find themselves a Filipina. They, for whatever reason, decide they want to come to the Philippines or any other Southeast Asian country, or country where your dollar goes 100x or whatever, and they get roped into one of these LDR type things or whatever. They find a girl and they like her, and they decide to come on over. And so the girl says, okay, meet me at the airport, or I'll meet you at the airport, or whatever you call it. And he's like, oh wow, it's so amazing, I'm 47 and this girl, or I'm maybe older, and this girl's a 21-year-old dime piece. She's video chatting, might even be doing a little bit of extracurricular activities and stuff, and really just kind of good morning, good night, you're so handsome, I love you, might even go that far, can't wait to spend my life with you. And so he pulls up at the airport. So he gets to the airport and he thinks he's meeting a girl. Well, he is meeting a girl, but he's also meeting 17 other people. The uncle, the brother, the cousin, the dad, the 5 sisters, the 6 brothers, the neighbor, they're all there. It's not just a girl. You're meeting about 17 people. And the next thing that's happening is you're taking them to a resort. I'm not saying this always happens, but you definitely want to clarify this and ask, are you coming alone, or instruct, come alone, or, she may want to bring one girlfriend for safety, and that's obviously very acceptable. But if you don't say anything, you will be greeted by a caravan of people, from neighbors to uncles to brothers to third cousins to the 6 sisters, and yeah, it's gonna be a welcome wagon. And then the next thing that's gonna happen is you guys are gonna head to a resort or some type of extravagant thing, and you're gonna be like, what the heck, kind of at first, but you're probably just gonna rock with it because you just flew 8,000 miles and you didn't really think of this variable. Well, that's how it goes. And I'm not saying every girl's gonna do this. I'm not saying she won't just bring her friend for safety. That's fine. But you wanna have that conversation with her. Hey, can you come alone? Hey, okay, you wanna bring a friend for safety? No problem. But if you don't mention it, you are perceived as rich. It doesn't matter if you say, I am a janitor, I clean toilets in America. They still think that you're rich, because by the metric of money, if you could still earn that 40,000 that you make as a janitor, or 35,000 as a janitor, you would be rich. The problem is you can't work in America and exist in the Philippines simultaneously. You're not 2 people. So that's the problem. But yeah, beware of that and have that conversation. But anyway, so you get here and you get, whatever, 5 to 20 people, and you're going to the resort or whatever. You don't really know how to say no. They've already got it arranged, and guess who's paying? You. And then, places like where I am are gonna come up, After you do that and you spend a few bucks or whatever, it's gonna be, hey, she wants to go to Boracay. She wants to go to Palawan. Probably Boracay, to be honest with you. Boracay is kind of the king right now. So she wants to go to Boracay. And what are you gonna say? It's not really that expensive, the tickets are 70 bucks or whatever they are. And, it's not really, a thing where you're gonna be, never be able to eat again or something. It's gonna be a relatively chill amount of money. So you're probably gonna end up taking her to Boracay or Palawan or something like that. And you're probably gonna get like some nice accommodations like where she's at. And you're probably gonna go buy the family like some rice, a big bag of rice, and possibly, she's gonna look for a new phone from you. And there may be some emergencies that come up while you're there that you are gonna end up handling. And you're basically gonna live like a millionaire for 2 weeks. And you're gonna be the king of the town. Everyone's gonna love you. Everyone's gonna be so excited for you. You're gonna be damn near the barangay captain by the end of this experience. But you're also gonna be about 5,000 American dollars lighter. And 5,000 American dollars in the Philippines, you can live like a god for 2 weeks. That's, I don't know, I'm not a math major, but that's about 300 USD a day. You know, you got to fly her to Boracay, you got to take her whole family to a resort, you got to buy some food, there's probably going to be a phone, her phone's going to mysteriously break while she's there, and then she's going to want an iPhone. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And I'm not saying that like this is always going to happen, but that's a 2-week millionaire. You come out here, you don't get the notification that there's 17 people there. She has you take them to a resort. And I have a lot of Filipino subscribers and fans or you know, viewers or whatever, and they're going to chime in and say, no, we never do that and this and that. But this is going to be like a girl that's kind of taking advantage, or even a girl that maybe would stay with you, but she just thinks that you're wildly rich, because they don't understand that like a janitor is a low-level job in our country. Being in the military is not really looked at as like you're a big multi-millionaire. The military doesn't pay that great. Being a cop doesn't pay that great. But like in the Philippines, they're going to think, oh, wow, my man is a star. My man's a big deal. You know, whether you're a postman or, you know, whatever. So at the end of the day, that's a 2-week millionaire. You come on out here, resort with the family, Boracay, nice accommodations in Boracay on the beach for a couple days. You're staying in a nice hotel in her area. You're treating her to whatever it is that her little heart's desires, clothing, things on Lazada, all that stuff. So basically that's what you don't want to be. You want to ask her when you're coming out, hey, you know, can you come alone, or can you bring one friend or whatever for safety? That's fine when you meet me at the airport. And then, you know, on top of that, you know, you lay out a budget. You're going to spend $2,000 spending cash in 14 days. Cool. Then you can't really afford to go to Boracay. You can't really afford to stay at, you know, the Ritz-Carlton or whatever. You got to be realistic. You can, you know, take her out to eat, get her a couple dresses or something, you know, something decent, or a purse or something like a, you know, like a regular purse that's like 500 pesos, not a Louis bag. And, you know, be kind to her, of course. But if you're not built like that, or you really make 30 grand a year, you don't really want to be a 2-week millionaire, because it's going to hurt you on the back end and you're never going to come back. So that's a lot of times what these guys do. And then they come back, and then they kind of convince themselves that they can't come back for 5 years because they don't have an extra $5,000. And they sort of just got taken advantage of, but they just gave away their money, really, is all that happened. So it's not really a taken advantage of thing. But at the end of the day, that's how 2-week millionaires are born. They come about every 5 years when their budget permits. And in order to not be a 2-week millionaire, you tell her to meet you alone at the airport. You set a budget and you stick to it. For phone breaks, there's nothing you can do. Maybe you help her fix the screen or something if you want to be generous, but you don't buy her the $1,000 American dollar iPhone. You don't, you know, go to Boracay. You don't just buy everything you walk by. You don't eat at all 5-star restaurants, Shangri-La Hotel, all that. You're not built like that. Don't do it. You could possibly make a future here and come back much sooner, but don't be a 2-week millionaire and ask those questions that I just told you. All right, guys, just wanted to throw that out there. There's a lot of those guys out there. Sometimes they don't talk about it, or they won't tell you about it, but that's the truth. All right, guys, sana all